How would I describe this place? It's a home for working artists. That's the way I know it. And there are everyday, hardworking artists that, don't have a trust fund or, a partner to support them, who really, are here to work.
It's a diverse mix of artists, both in terms of age, ethnicity, background, but also by medium.
When the Navy started to leave here in the early 80s, Jacques Turgeon came out and he said, hey, I see these buildings that are going to be abandoned. We could possibly use these for craftspeople, artists, and he and his family are the ones that really kind of established this colony out here. Over the past 35 odd years, artists kind of migrate out here. This is a place where you want to come out and create your work.
It's just nice to be in a community where you feel that art is something that's real, that isn't some strange eccentricity.
My artist friends have really been valuable in that, I can knock on their door and say, oh my God, I can't figure this out. Can you help me? And we do help each other. And just a fresh pair of eyes with artistic experience is invaluable when you're in the middle of a big project and you get blocked.
Being in a place like this, there's so few available. There's so few low-cost, vacant, kind of open, empty areas anywhere in the Bay Area. I mean, sure, maybe in Oklahoma or in, the Eastern Bloc in Russia, you can get these places, but here in the Bay Area, it's extremely rare.
If I didn't have this studio, if it was not as affordable as it is, and that, I've been able to have this since 1998, I wouldn't have an art career. End of story.
If I didn't have this space, I don't know what I would do. It'd be really a tragic loss if I couldn't work here.
My first experiences here for the first, 12 years, I guess, it was a wonderful, quiet, beautiful industrial landscape. Then they started the redevelopment, and now it's anything but peaceful. But what are we going to do? You can't stop change, especially when it involves real estate and development and people making big money.
Here's what can happen sometimes. So you have an area like Soho in New York City, and the artists discover the reasonable rents. They move into these big loft spaces, they kind of make them nice. The galleries discover the artists, they discover the same low rent, but it's a little higher because they can afford a little bit more. And then the shops come in. And then you get Banana Republic, and you get Victoria's Secret. And before you know it, Soho is too expensive for the artists and the galleries move to Chelsea. And then the same thing happens over again.
Initially, the plan out here was not only to develop the shipyard, but also to rebuild a new stadium out of Candlestick. If you look at the kind of broader picture in San Francisco touts itself as this great city of arts and culture, and yet, until this came along, artists were just pushed aside. They were gone. When their buildings are redeveloped, they were gone.
I hear almost once a month, I hear of a group of studios that are closing down because a developer's coming in, kicking the artists out.
If they decide to erase the past and tear everything down, then it won't really represent the shipyard at all. With Lennar, they don't make any bones about it. They are a profit-driven company. They'll say it right to your face over and over again. And, that makes them make some decisions that are not in the best interest of this community. And we're going to fight situations like that.
We've had a lot of struggles with the city. We fought to keep ourselves here. And so there's been a lot of struggle of kind of keeping ourselves in the community of the Bay Area.
My hope is that we can actually work together to make the future neighborhood, the future community, the future place here, I want it to be as good, best as it can be.
Because of the advocacy of this organization, there was quite a battle. The good news is it will stay intact. At the end of the day, there's still going to be over 300 artists working here.
It's sort of seeing ourselves survive in a very difficult, developing city has been kind of a great feeling of triumph.
The fact that the artists have been here, I think that makes the shipyard really special, because we have remained and we've seen it all. This place is a circus, basically, but the only thing that's been steadfast is our presence.